Hey y'all, hey! Welcome back to another episode of Talk Together. I got my girls with me, Mother D Essence. I say yo.
I say yo.
I say yo.
I say yo.
I'm on my Detroit everything.
So clean.
We got Mother Tiffany, who you gotta pray for her, y'all. Y'all gotta call on healing strength. She ain't got no voice. She will be coming to y'all via note cards, okay? I hope you can read. Here we go. Hey girl, hey. So this is the season 2 finale.
Yes.
Where's your staff? Okay. We this has been beautiful. This has really, really been beautiful. So the title for today's episode is Bite Back. Okay, talking about Black women and healthy eating and us stress eating. And so the LDH pillar that intersects with is nutrition. So also for this month, do y'all know what the months are? Because I'm all about the months. Oh, okay. So it's Earth Month.
Okay.
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 Num your
Get your Gaia on. Okay.
Okay. It's C-section Awareness Month. Okay. So that's super important because 25% Black women are 25% more likely to get unnecessary C-sections than our white counterparts. So that's something super important. Do y'all know that some people think that just because you had a C-section don't mean you like had a real birth or whatever? Really? Some people. Okay. Oh, hold on. Wait.
Wow.
We gotta wait for it. Where's it coming? Come on.
That part.
Right, because it's just like, what?
I feel like we always found ways to do this hierarchy of womanhood.
Yeah.
Like, you don't equate to full womanhood unless you.
Yeah.
Come on.
So I had a vaginal with Langston and a C-section. That C-section ain't no hoe.
No.
It ain't. The only, but the drugs on C-section hit different, though.
Okay.
I couldn't feel my legs.
Yeah. I remember my mother saying her incision was still itching. I was like,
mine still itch now.
Yeah.
Mine still itch now.
That's facts. My baby's 26.
And then it's also Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So I don't know if there's new statistics, but it's 1 in 3 girls and 1 in 5 boys by the time they reach 18 will be a victim of child sexual abuse, which makes them 7.2% times more likely to experience victimhood as adults. So if you know somebody, whether you realize you know someone, we all know survivors or whatnot. So for our survivors who are watching or who will watch, we see you, we acknowledge you, we support you. Your voice matters and you matter. And so I think we could get into the show. Y'all ready to see? Put out the orange card, okay? Because we about to start in with our political corner, okay? Or orange lion ass, okay? All right. For my gangster girls and my hood, I hope y'all got y'all weaves. I hope y'all got y'all Temu outfits because baby, them tariffs is about to tear you loose. I think we up to 125% on the tariffs because like Trump is like, and China's like, and it's just like we about to get it popping. What have y'all been hearing about the tariffs? Use your card.
Well, I know that it has come back to really shoot us in the foot, but it's oddly enough it's cut out the middleman for the consumers.
Yeah.
So consumers are saying, "Hey, let's take a trip," and
in my little rocket ship,
let's take a trip. Let's go get these goods. I can get the goods for mom, dad, the whole family for Christmas, and get it for dirt cheap, and take a cheaper vacation than it will cost to pay for products here. You know, so I think we shot ourselves in the foot in the countries that we're really enforcing these tariffs on. They're going to get even richer off our dollars. Yeah, because they're going to get tourism dollars now too. Yeah, so because
he did some tariffs on some countries that like some of the islands are just inhabited by like penguins. Some of them don't even like send anything to us. He like imposed a tariff on Singapore where we have a trade surplus with them, so we didn't actually need like nothing because they didn't want no smoke with us. They was so some of this Go ahead, but you ain't have one. Okay, because I want to be inclusive of your cars. Okay, all voices. So he's doing like all of this stuff. So we got the tariffs, and then this is not me making fun of you. You got this, man. He coming out.
Okay.
He coming out. So RFK is saying he's recommending. First of all, the good sis then laid off about like 20,000 people or whatever. But he's also kicking people out of the CDC who make sense. So he's telling them to recommend not putting fluoride in the water. Mm-hmm. So we about to look like our teeth about to be really down bad. Mm-hmm.
There's always been controversy surrounding fluorides. Are they damaging to the bones?
Yeah.
They deplete certain vitamins and minerals that we need. I'm kind of in the middle of that argument. Yeah. But anything that Kennedy is saying that we ought to do, I'm just going to stand against it because he does not know the extent to what he's asking for.
Yeah.
So
he doesn't know because he was at Lord. That man be out here, and I think he because in the Mennonite community in Texas, they're starting to experience a lot of deaths or whatnot. And one of the people that he's touting as like doing excellent work, this man in the community, mind you, he's like against vaccines or whatever. He was hosting a measles prevention clinic. Hold with me, walk with me, because we're about to get somewhere.
Let's go.
He's holding a measles prevention clinic in the Mennonite community. And guess what?
What?
He got measles himself. And he's still hosting these clinics. He is hosting these clinics, and it's just like, sir. And he's like, catching it is God's form of vaccination or whatnot. So he was just like, I'm itching. He did it coming. He was like, I'm itching a little bit, but we gonna work it out. Jesus can work it out. Okay.
It's always the hypocrisy and the contradictions of what their lives are given.
Yeah.
The fruit of their lives are given versus what they're telling the rest of us in how to live our lives.
Mind you, all his kids got vaccinated.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
What you got to say? What you got to say?
I just can't. I'm not. It's not registering this. The hypocrisy. That's all I can say. The contradictions. What's good for my children and my family is obviously good for yours, but I'm going to tell you to do the opposite of it. Yeah. While I'm sitting suffering.
Yeah.
Showing you what the opposite will do.
Yeah. I cannot.
Turn it to the camera.
I cannot. Okay, so speaking of DEI hires, because I think RFK is a DEI hire. How do they look at DEI? He is a DEI hire. There are threats to withhold funding from schools with DEI programs. And you know what? Props to New York. They say we will be unmoved. We will see you in court. But they plan on taking away funding. So it was crazy because like our nannies was just like, was thinking about applying for U of M. And she was like, I can't even do it anymore because they took away all of their DEI like scholarships and stuff like that. So it's like terrible out here.
What here we go with the hypocrisy again. There was a farmer who harvests honey. He has honeybees.
Come on.
He has lost thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Walk with it.
Because of the cuts in federal spending that actually helped to educate, I think, at-risk youth. But for whatever reason, the schools around him actually ordered the honey from him. Mm. And those votes has costed him those contracts in those schools. Yes.
Wow.
And he voted for Trump 3 times, he said. Mm-hmm. 3 times. And now he said he never saw him losing this much fortune being the outcome of it. How could you not?
Yeah.
How could you not? So once again, shooting ourselves in the foot.
There's a proclamation to label gender affirming care as child abuse.
Okay.
Lord have it. And then, did any of y'all do any of the protests this week? I mean, on April 5th?
No.
So as an immigrant, I'm not going. Oh, I know that. 92, because we threw. Rested.
That's right.
And then my immigrant tail was at home because I was only going to come out of the fridge. Okay? It's only going to come out of the fridge.
Okay, the way ICE is carrying on, they might deport vanilla ice.
Ooh.
Nobody's safe. And that's what the world has to understand now, especially states. Nobody's safe.
Yeah.
What you thought you were going for to weaponize the political climate for me has been weaponized for you.
Yeah.
So it's...
And then also, like, people, I think people just haven't been able to see past their privilege or whatever. Yeah. Like, I'm protecting, because I think this was a vote on whiteness, white privilege, white resilience, like all of the things like white or whatever. And no one saw like, oh, well, realizing how interconnected that we are. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, what you said about the honeybees. Like, I'm just thinking about my farm. I'm just like, you know, F these black kids. They don't, oh, wait. Y'all, oh.
Yes.
Oh.
There is a whole ecology.
Walk with it.
There's a whole ecology. Everything is interconnected. Mm-hmm. And the minute that my plight is considered your plight, that's when we'll see a turnaround. But right now, we see semi-marginalized people that are recently marginalized.
Yeah.
Saying, come fight with me. And we're saying, we've always fought.
Yeah.
For you.
We on PTO.
Not with you. We've always fought for you. And now because you're somewhat marginalized, you want to regroup and have a kumbaya moment. It does not work like that. There's an ecology that says, yes, consider me initially.
Yeah.
So that then the after effect of your inconsideration doesn't tear your life apart. Flat out.
We're not even on PTO. We on FMLA. This long ago. We on long-term disability at the moment. Because we taking a break. We taking a break.
Yes. And I had a colleague ask, they said, don't you think this is a time that we ought to work harder? I said, there's never been a time. Yeah, who was we? There were a person of color, not particularly black. But I said there's
Can you say that one more time?
There were a person of color, but not black. And I said, when hasn't there been a time when we haven't worked hard and fought hard and advised the world around us to consider us and then consider you? But because you don't consider us, and the way that you consider yourselves is to box me out, you put yourself in the box. Yeah. And now you want me to come to the sandbox and have a kumbaya moment with you and build a castle. No. You demolish
just
my
so I can be your stepping stone. So when you back in favor, you can be like,
yes,
toodaloo.
Yes.
No. So have either one of y'all, do y'all know anyone who's been impacted, affected by the tariff as it pertains to the stock market? Because I know a lot of people, I know for like when I was looking at my Fidelity, it was like,
mine took I haven't looked at my
it's going down in the DM. Okay, it went down. It went down. Mm-hmm. It went down. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but in my mind, after watching Scandal, I feel like Papa Pope and them went to all the Republican members of Congress, like everybody, with a black file and just went like this. Mm-hmm. And they got like dirt on all of these people. And I know some people have said like, oh, maybe because some of them were like known to have crossed paths with Epstein. So maybe something with Epstein and all of this other stuff. But it's just like, I truly cannot imagine a world unless someone has something on you that all of the Republicans are just like, nah, we rocking with this. Like he's doing his big one or whatever. When all signs, partisan, nonpartisan, have shown that he is old orange lion ass. He is fucking up the thing. He is fucking up the thing. We are a joke. We might get bombed. We gonna go broke. Ain't gonna be no more lotion. If they do a tariff on Ghana, like black people who use shea butter are gonna revolt.
Okay. Me being one of them. Me being one of them. That's not going to get real serious.
Go back
to militant DJ. Oh my goodness. What I used to be, what I try to calm down from. Oh baby.
The Lord have mercy.
The skincare.
Listen. Oh my gosh.
The water and the skincare.
The water and the skincare.
It just won't be dehydrated and rusty and
right. And here. All right, so we're gonna leave the tragic political corner. We're gonna go into hot topics. Y'all ready for the hot topics? Okay, so first things first. This real ghetto based. Okay, this real ghetto gutter butt. Okay. Damon Wayans Sr. reveals past relationship with nephew's ex-girlfriend. So he disclosed on Club Shay Shay that he once dated his nephew's ex-girlfriend following his divorce. He admitted that this relationship made family gatherings awkward. Have y'all?
Admittedly so. I think that's close to home. He said he spoke with the nephew, and the nephew gave him the okay, but it's still close to home and still the same seed from the family. So it's a little different. It's a little different.
That's ghetto. Like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's the same seed from the same lineage.
Y'all in the same orchard.
Yeah, that's the same orchard.
That's nasty.
Yeah, that's a little too much. That's equivalent.
You think it would be like if I was her girlfriend, I would be like, "Is there a family reunion?"
Ain't no
right. Oh, I can tell y'all had different daddies. Listen. So we're gonna continue being a little ghetto. Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
So this man, Lord have mercy, he makes a special part of my behind itch.
Okay.
Because I think there's a difference between being true to yourself and then understanding, hey, the work that I'm showing up for. So I'm talking about Ja Morant, who was fined for the finger gun gestures during the NBA game. So he's now a part of the Memphis Grizzlies. He was fined $75,000 by the NBA for making gun gestures during the game. Now, mind you, this man has had he has been suspended or whatever for being on Instagram lives, like with guns, doing all of this other stuff. And he still, and when I tell you, he making good white folks money. I said, good. And you see, like, you know what? Shout out to my mother-in-law, Bad Cleo Brown, because there's one thing that she says. She says, nigga minds and nigga ways only want nigga shit. And this is some nigga shit. Why?
I think.
Wait, in my Catherine Jackson voice. Why?
You know,
I know you got a card for this. Pull it out.
I just feel like I feel like once you sign a contract, you know what you're representing. You know who you're representing.
Yeah.
I remember Gilbert Arenas getting in trouble for actually having a firearm in an arena. And so Ja knows what's expected of him. He knows what he's gotten away with to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Just stop. Just stop doing that. But I also understand that you are essentially giving millions to young black men who don't desire to uphold a particular respectability politic.
Yeah.
Right? And so he's saying you can take an actual gun away, but you can't strip me of my personality. You can't strip me of my expression. So, you know, it's multi-layered. It's, you know, multi-tiered. So
yeah,
that's my take.
Yeah. Can we just pause and just say, I really miss Tiffany's comments? The cards is giving it to me, but listen, especially when we talk about Donald Trump, baby. Wait, hold on, we getting some.
Let's go.
Especially, so, here's another one. So, Trump administration admits to mistakenly deporting Maryland man to El Salvador prison. And guess what they're saying? We can't get him back. Mind you, they have a contract with El Salvador, so we under contract with them. And then the Supreme Court said, y'all was wrong. Go get that young man. So mind you, as they doing all of this stuff, talking about some we getting rid of the Venezuelan gangs or whatever. Right now, ain't no gang like the Republican gang, but we gonna only deport the Venezuelans or whatever. But we not finding out that they're actually in a Venezuelan gang. Some of them was just like, oh, you got Jordans on, or oh, you got a tattoo or whatever. So there's not like a foolproof way. And y'all sent this man away, and y'all saying y'all can't get him back.
Mm-hmm. So then, is he now entitled to the $998 that they're requiring immigrants to pay if they don't depart in a timely fashion? Is he entitled to some of that?
Lord,
does he get some of that now? Instead of them having to pay, does he get to have it? Is he going to get some type of stimulus?
The ghetto. Like, I just like, and you know, like in other countries, like their prison systems are completely different. Like it's like the trenches, like, and this is a mega prison, and it's just like, oh my gosh, and to be taken away from your wife. I mean, taken away in general, but to take away from your like wife and your child or whatever. This is the level. Trump wouldn't be finished paying my psych bills. Okay. He would not be finished. Like, Lord, but the Republican Party is the party of family and values.
Oh. And separating those families.
Oh. That part. Okay. So then we have the Dominican Republic nightclub collapsed, and it injured like 120 people, and over 18 people have passed. Did y'all hear about that? It was like really sad. It was really sad, and they don't know what happened. It just went.
Yeah, hundreds of lives lost. There was a video I was watching last night, and it happened all in a matter of 3 seconds. There's maybe a 30-second clip video, and from like 26 seconds to like 29, the roof collapsed. Yeah. But there was a woman who she's been interviewed a couple of times, but she noticed first dust had fallen into her drink, and then a stone that she had recognized. Like, where's this coming from? She made her way to the exit. By the time people that were holding their cameras in the band that was on stage while the collapse was happening looked up, it was too late. Oh, wow. 3 seconds. Yeah, but she had noticed something maybe a minute prior to that. Wow. Yeah. So, it's unfortunate. Wow. I'm seeing like in the last 5 years, there's something about those clubs. I don't know what the regulations are both here and outside of the country. Yeah. But there has to be more stipulations and more things put in place to ensure safety, because I'm telling you, I don't think this should have happened. It didn't have to happen. Yeah. It didn't have to happen.
Like regular everyday things are like not feeling safe anymore. Like flying. I mean, even going to the grocery store, because the CDC is not allowed to send out stuff to us. So we like buying in the dark. We don't know if it's bird flu, cow flu, your flu, my flu. We don't know none of that. Can we drink the water? We don't know if our doctor is gonna have measles in the office. Like, what up, though? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and like I said on our last show, these regulations are lifted so that these companies can continue to drill and do whatever they want to do, and at the end of the day, we pay the cost.
Listen, but China is like somebody's black mama, and she said, "I got something for that ass." She said, "I got something for that ass." She said, "I got some." Listen. All right. So I was really excited about this story because I can't wait to get your opinion. My mic sounds nice. Check one. My mic sounds nice. Check two. Do I sound like? I sound like.
don't care for it. I don't care for it.
You're jealous. I feel like I sounded like him a little bit. Hold on. My Spanish un poquito. Ooh, big. Okay. So, Billboard names Nicki Minaj. You tried it. Nicki Minaj and Missy Elliott as top female rappers of all time. So they've released a list of top 25 female rappers of all time, with Nicki Minaj number 1, Missy Elliott number 2, Lauryn Hill, Never Make a Concert number 3, Lil' Kim number 4, Queen Latifah, The Ultimate Bulldagger, MC Light, Closet Queen, Salt and Pepper, Laurie's, Roxanne Shante, Eve, Dr. Umar got a problem with her because she a bunny hopper, and Foxy Brown. Can you hear me? No. So, what do you think of this list?
I think it's missing some key players, and I think some
Who would be?
But why is the MC Shyrock on there, who was actually one of the first female MCs to break prime time?
Okay.
On SNL of all places, she was part of the Funky 4+1.
Okay.
Okay, they broke into prime time on SNL.
Okay.
Okay, why isn't she on the list? Roxanne Shante, as a teenager, 13-year-old, beat out hundreds of male MCs and was robbed of her title of being a top MC because they said this is a burgeoning genre of music and we're just being respected. We can't have a little girl represent the culture.
So you agree with her being in the top 10?
I agree with her being in the top 10, but she needs to be higher up. Yes.
Okay.
And Nicki, I mean, if we're going based on what record sales, and Nicki can spit. Nicki can spit. Missy should be at the top because of her innovation. Nobody can mess with Missy on that. So, I mean, it's a decent list, but
you want to talk about an ultimate pimp? Lauryn Hill is a pimp.
Yeah.
Because listen, that album is starting to wear out its tread. Like, girl, the tread on that album, because like, girl. Especially with you being, it's not like we could come to you and be like, okay, this is about to be an ultimate. Because like Anita Baker, old ornery ass, like at least when she give you a show, it's gonna be a show. But Lauryn Hill,
yes.
Your foundation don't match. Your blush look crazy. Hold on, boy.
Wait a minute.
Tell me, Lauryn Hill and Onija Ahmed don't got the same makeup artist. You know tell me, Miss Pakistan, respect to the law, and respect to God. Do you hear me?
I respect what Lauryn has done for the culture with the Fugees prior to that album, but I do agree that she should have more respect for her fans, and I would have liked to seen a better show when I was going to go see it. She was late. I think she was like 2 hours late at Shane Park at the time of the Aretha. And we sat there, and then she rushed to the show because you got to get out of there timely fashion. So yeah, I think Miss Lauryn Hill should do better by her fans.
Do you want to whisper any suggestions?
I want to wait 2 hours for nobody.
Who would you add to the list? You can whisper it. I'll enunciate.
I don't mind the list. I just think it's now organized.
Okay. So you would just reorganize.
I mean, because why would they put her at the top? Like,
yeah, I don't know how that
makes sense. That's what I'm thinking. It's going off of sales, influence, popularity.
Yeah.
Because we got some spitters that aren't on the list, and they obviously don't have the same record sales.
Yeah.
And influence.
Yeah. I think Cardi B starting to be a Lauryn Hill too, because she 7 years that one album.
I think she's scared. I think the first album was such a mega hit. She had a Thriller type of album. I mean, there were no skips.
Yeah.
How do you top that? You fresh out the gate.
I think also too, her life looks different because she's now a parent.
Yeah, she has 3 kids.
I think that her life just looks a little different.
Yeah.
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 Say it again for it. Her life looks different because she's a parent.
Yeah, because she's a parent. She has
a whole bunch of kids.
A whole with three. Yeah, she got 3.
That's a lot.
Yeah, because one is running me ragged. I was fighting for my life last night. And since we looking at smiling, then go back to acting crazy. So yeah, no, I totally agree with that. So that was a good hot topics. Thank you for your MC knowledge. We're gonna go into our hot topics. Okay, y'all ready?
Yes.
Say okay. You got okay? You ain't got okay? Okay. So the main topic for today is called Bite Back. So the truth about stress eating and Black women's health. And so we know within the Black community, we have this relationship with food, like where we, we come together, Sunday dinners, we stress eat, we do all of these things. And a lot of, listen, and I want that fish fried hard. Okay. So we have this relationship with food, especially when we're like stressed out, and sometimes it's to our own personal detriment. And I think that there are a lot of intersecting factors, especially within the Black community, because our situations are a little bit more nuanced. For instance, we have food deserts, and we have to, some of the stuff in those food deserts are not like it. The food deserts are heavy on the red dye 40. Okay, so we can't even like eat healthy. Like eating healthy shouldn't even be a privilege. I know that they started a lot of initiatives, especially within Detroit, community gardens, and then allowing your staff benefits to work at farmers markets,
grocery stores.
Yeah. And so there's a co-op in Detroit that's really nice, but it got Whole Foods prices. Okay, so we just gonna want to lower them, not our standards, but our prices. But so I have a question for y'all as Black women, as we talk about stress eating. What's your break the glass in case of emergency snack, and what's the story behind it?
Go first.
Okay,
I would say it had to be corn chips, nice and salty.
Fritos,
Doritos or Fritos.
Okay,
Fritos. Now that I'm a little older, the dye on the Doritos irritates me, but yeah, corn chips. Go to.
Something warm and baked. That sounds like weed.
A cake.
Oh, a cake.
Weed.
Okay. So one of the things about emotional eatings is sometimes less about emotions and indulgence and more about survival. So this coping mechanism can have long-term health impacts, especially for Black LGBT women. The challenge multiplies, with like social stigma, isolation, and body image expectations. It's not about just having willpower to just be like, oh, I'm not going to stress eat. It's really navigating a world that often fails to nourish us from like a holistic standpoint.
Yeah, and it's a lot of our bodies, and a lot of our bodies are also remembering when we had lack. The food deserts of today are essentially mirroring when we were in food deserts, middle passage, slavery, all these things. So hypertension, all these things that we're seeing throughout the generations is because I remember when I didn't get the drinking gourd on time. It ain't come down the line. So I'm going to hold on and retain water. Then that's carried into a generation that no longer needs to wait for the drinking gourd. But guess what's happening? The DNA remembers. The DNA remembers the struggle. And so what we're seeing now is, okay, I don't have the food that I need, but I'm going to tap back into that reserve and retain. So now you have excess salt, excess water, all these things. It's just the body telling Black women, Black people in general, that if hard times come, I got you. But unfortunately, they come. They come. Snowball effect.
As I've been on this weight loss journey, almost 50 pounds down.
Hey.
One of the things that I realize is, like, sometimes I don't know if I'm like actually hungry. So am I eating because it's just comforting? Am I eating because I'm hungry? Am I eating because I haven't had, enough water? And I was just like, really, like, so I've been like trying to just like be super conscious of like my eating, because sometimes it's just like, we see it, it's there, like, ooh. And sometimes just thinking about like, okay, I'm having a bad day. Just like a warm bowl of macaroni and cheese, not Kraft. A warm bowl.
Now see, here's the thing too. It's the time we eat too. Do y'all eat like at a good time?
Like at night.
Yeah, I won't eat all through the day. Then late afternoon, it's a bigger portion.
Yeah.
Portion control is my problem because I won't snack, but I'll eat the good stuff twice.
Okay.
Twice.
Okay. So if stress had a seat at your kitchen table, what would it be serving you, and who taught you to eat that way?
It would be serving me that larger portion because I'm thinking about my mom saying, "Don't waste it."
Yeah.
And so now I have to tell myself, "You're full." And I'm like, "Oh, just give it to the dog now."
Yeah.
I don't feel like I need to finish it. Yeah. But it's done its damage.
Yeah.
Rice.
Rice.
Okay. All the way.
Growing up, even like rice was something we always had,
Mm-hmm.
and don't put no sugar on my rice. I want
that's right.
Just let's be clear, but rice and something fried chicken, made gravy.
Okay, so what Tiffany said is growing up, right? Because you know, I'm an interpreter now. Growing up, rice was a staple in the home. Don't put no sugar on her. You know, which is interesting because I didn't realize that was like a.
I can't stand that.
So in Jamaica, we don't have that because we have rice and peas and stuff like that, and so it's just like when like. Like Black Americans talk about rice, I'd be like, that's so interesting.
I saw breakfast because we ate rice for breakfast, and people think I'm crazy when I say we eat rice for breakfast.
Yeah,
I mean, there's rice porridge,
but
rice.
Oh, yeah, but for dinner all the time used to be rice. But I saw a girl put like a whole pack of sugar into spaghetti, like grits, rice, and spaghetti.
So
let's go sugar something down.
So let me say this for. Because of the citric nature of the tomato sauce.
I get that, but a whole, come on.
Well, okay.
That's just blasphemy.
Yeah.
If your body could send you a text message after a stressful week of eating, what would that message say? Slow down. You're moving way too fast. Listen.
Slow down. Because I can't take the E. Slow down.
Listen.
It is like, that stomach is on y'all.
Listen.
Push back.
Or if it was after a holiday, it'd probably be, what was it, Anthony Hamilton, Sister Big Bones? A holiday plate hates to see me come back. Because I can eat them leftovers all week. Let
me tell you.
You can't eat them?
They're not.
Bitch, that's privilege. Look over. That's a rich white woman. Hold on.
And I put a monkey too over your house. She had made some homemade cranberry sauce too.
Ooh. So mind you, listen, let me tell you something about Black people, right? They be talking about cranberry sauce out the can, the ocean spray. I'm like, no. Listen, you're basic. I'm like, no. I go to the store, I get a cranberry. Listen, I make the cranberry sauce. So she was looking like, you ain't got no can. I was like, no, just try it. And what was it?
Honey.
What? It was hit. That the only you don't see no fruit in that stuff. You just see ridges from the can line. Okay.
I want to see that right now too. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I want better for y'all.
I don't eat it out the can. That's just I can't.
Okay.
We can't.
I can't.
We can't. Listen, I want better for you.
Yeah, I know.
And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Because it won't be none of that nasty ass cranberry sauce. It'll be organic, homemade, okay, loved over. That can is just oppression opened up and red. I want liberation from you. Ooh,
I feel like
Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out.
It came out.
Get him out.
That prepackaged demon just came out of me.
Listen.
Ooh, it's off of me.
Ooh.
You did it. It's off of me. I will never again.
Shabba.
I'm ashamed of myself.
Ooh.
For even just eating out the trough like that.
Ooh.
Thank you for the deliverance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Want to do it. Now let me get my Marvin Sapp, bitch. $40. Close the door. Close the door.
He's speaking up. He said, kill him. He said he's got death threats now.
Ooh.
In the recent interview last night, actually. Oh, it's up. Might be not even 25.
So thank you. Never could have said it.
Yes. But then he turned around and said he's going to capitalize off of this. So I think Easter Sunday he's going to give a sermon and release a song called "Close the Door."
Oh my God. Oh.
I'm not mad at it because black people will always make a way.
Yeah.
Black people will always make a way. Lord,
and now
mercy.
with these threats, I mean, like, literally, close your door. Like, now it's the necessity.
Yeah.
Now I can see why. Close it.
Close it.
Close your door.
Okay, so I'm going to give y'all some 10 need-to-know facts about black women's health and food. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Black women have higher rates of obesity than any other group within the U.S., with nearly 56.9% classified as obese, according to CDC. So I have a problem with that statistic because the BMI scale was never created for our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like we are classifying that based on a European standard of like health or whatnot. I'm not saying that some of us ain't got big back patty whack, give a dog a bone, especially with macaroni and cheese and grits. I'm not saying that. But the stats based on that, I don't think are fair. Because technically, and y'all seen how good I look, right? And I always listen, even when I weighed like a meal, I always look like a snack, okay?
Come on.
Even when I weighed like a meal, I always look like a snack. But it's just like, how do y'all feel about those rates and those numbers?
They've always been, I mean, they're always going to be skewed because, especially in medical fields,
Yeah.
they're trying to preserve the lives of white folks. So
yeah.
They said
we're not considered.
148 pounds. Do you know how big my head is?
Right, because some black people, like, if we come, we have to have weight on the curves.
Mm-hmm.
148 pounds? I'm a size 11 shoe.
Your feet don't even look that big.
Your feet don't look that
If
big.
I was 148 pounds, it would.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. No.
That's 40 pounds.
So you're saying it, but like if I look at you, I'd be like, oh, okay, you could be 100. I don't know what that look like on black people. Just like
looking at you, I would say that's you already.
Yeah.
Like, this is
just like looking at you, you don't look your age. Like I don't feel like black people, because I mean, there are some people who look like meatballs with toothpicks. You know, there's certain ethnic groups. I'm not doing this with you. And some people are just ill shaped, but like black women are like proportioned. Like, so I would have thought you was around there.
Always think they police the bodies, but then the fascination with them. I mean, don't let them get started.
Come on, walk with it.
Come on with that.
Walk with it.
On
Talk with it.
We all know the Venus Hot and Top.
Yeah.
If you don't check out Barbara Texford Raw's book, Venus Hot and Top, but you're an admirer of thickness.
Yeah.
You want it. You want to sexualize it, hypersexualize it.
Yeah.
We take control of it and shake a tail feather. You got a problem with that?
Yeah.
We say, okay, we'll lose a little bit of weight. Won't shake the tail feather. You got a problem with that because not hip stick out. The ass don't stick out, but not hip stick out.
Ass so fat you can see it from the front. Come on, most
this
stuff.
fat booty, okay?
Okay.
But I say all that to say, when is enough enough? Like, when can you take your eyes off of me?
Yeah. And
I don't know. It's just they don't see us as healthy, even at our healthiest.
Yeah.
We're just to them the poster children of sickness in every aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like, just
Yeah.
keep your eyes and mouth off of me. That's all I'm saying.
Listen. So, and that goes into my next fact. Chronic stress contributes to weight gain by increasing cortisol levels, which promotes fat storage. And Black people are stressed as hell.
It is.
Food deserts disproportionately affect Black communities, limiting access to affordable, nutritious foods. Cultural traditions around food are deeply rooted in Black communities, often involving rich, comforting meals, which can be both a source of connection and a health concern.
And then you think about the way that we preserve food too, because of these food deserts. So we're pickling things, salting things like that, smoking things back in the day. So
that's a really good point.
It is.
Ain't nothing like some smoked turkey.
Yeah,
Ooh.
smoking it.
Smoking.
I got some
to get warm. You want to put some on that
And put it on the grill.
Yes.
Because I've been on the grill. Listen, let a little piece of sunshine come on my street.
But even in traveling, like when things were so segregated, you cooked the fried chicken and you boiled your eggs and you put them in the foil and you traveled.
Yeah.
So you had to cook it fried hard in order for it to keep while you were traveling through states that didn't welcome you. So it's, what can you do?
So emotional eating is more common among women, and Black women report high rates of stress related to racism, caregiving, and financial burdens. Heart disease is the leading cause of death among Black women, and diet plays a major role. Black LGBT individuals face dual stigmas that increase their risk for depression and disordered eating habits, including binge eating and food restriction. Many Black women don't receive culturally competent nutritional counseling, making it harder to adopt sustainable. Because, I mean, some Black women, you be like hummus. They be like, bitch, what's that?
Like, my mom had us like on turkey meat before smoking. Like when it was cheap.
Yeah.
She had us on like soy patties. Before, I don't consume it now. But all of these things, and it's so foreign because once again, where did you get it from? We would go all the way out to Meyer. Yeah. Out in Roseville. Who can go out there like that? Who has the transportation? Or you go out further. So,
Yeah. And then, so intermittent fasting and veganism are starting actually to rise among Black women as they start to kind of like get control of their health and recognizing that the food industry has not has never had them in mind, their care and their concern, and also considering the areas that they live in. So some people are doing intermittent fasting and whatnot. And so last but not least, one of the things that we do struggle with, as you touched on, was body image pressures across different communities. So Black women often in battle between mainstream thinness ideals and cultural appreciation of curves, adding emotional complexity to food choices. So it's a lot.
Yeah. And then you have to think about, is it intermittent fasting because I don't have the finances, I don't have the accessibility, or I'm just, I'm trying to conform. I'm trying to assimilate. Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, it's one of the three. And then we get into, if we're talking about mental health issues and depression, we haven't even addressed anorexia or bulimia right now with Black women. Yeah. They don't even ask that. Yeah. A lot of times when you go for, checkups and things like that, because they don't think you deserve to be tired or fatigued or depressed. Yeah. What do you have to be depressed about? What's going on? God forbid you need a drug. Yeah. They say, why do you need that?
So do you think people have big backs to carry this load?
Yes. I have big shoulders to carry it. So I imagine that. Yes.
Big back. Big back.
It's like what Paul Mooney says. If I take blackness, if I take Africa out the room, I'm taking the big lips, the big asses, the big titties, the big hips, all
the seasoning.
I'm taking everything. And as much as the world would like to say, well, yeah, we want you to take it, they don't. Yeah. Because what would you look at? What would you scrutinize? Right. What would you idolize? What would you copy?
Because all y'all got on the mainstream media is like different variations of freezer burnt chicken.
Okay.
But I ain't want to gossip, so you ain't heard that from me. Y'all have any lasting words about biting back? Get it together. Hold on to your love.
You got to hold on. I would just say that each individual has their own needs. Yeah. for their own nutrition. They have their own histories and traditions to follow. Do what's best for you. Do what makes you healthy. By all means, be healthy. Yeah. But do what works best for you. There's no cookie cutter approach to it. Yeah. And it surely isn't a European approach to it. Some of those things might work for you. Some of them may not. But by all means, do what works for you. Just get to work, but do what works for you.
You ain't got a card for that? Okay.
They ain't got no awards for that.
You do the and this and that. That's how we're going to end this segment. Okay. And so one of the things to be mindful of is when you are going to your doctor, when you're seeing someone, asking them about culturally specific care. And so one of the things and ways that you can be empowered is by asking questions and advocating for yourself and listen, doctors be getting paid like six figures. Make them do the work. Mm-hmm. Sir, what is some culturally competent things that I can do within my community? Because I season my food. It's going to have flavor, but I could still lose weight. Okay? Thank you. So make sure you're advocating for yourself and then also being mindful of the places in which we hold stress and we keep stress, and do what you can to selfishly lighten the load. What it say? I am poor, Black, and I might even be ugly, but bitch, damn it, I'm here. Yeah, but I'm here. Okay. So the people still have not reached out with rainbow letters. So you need to grow up. Okay. 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 So since we don't have no rainbow letters, which we still want y'all to submit, we're going to do a game of this or that, okay? So you could do one or two for like the first one or the second one, or if you don't have any note cards, okay? So dating someone who can't dress or someone who can't cook. Ooh. What is that? Ooh. Can't cook because, girl, what are you wearing?
I can cook, so I'd rather be able to dress.
You rather be able to dress? Yeah, I would say dress because I got to cook. Listen, I can cook. And what I can't do, DoorDash can honor me. That's so right. Yeah. Okay. Let your friend borrow $500 and they ghost you, or letting your friend borrow $500 and they go on vacation right after saying they broke. Go on vacay, leave, and have fun because you are a trip. Lord have mercy.
Like I said in the break room, you could skate with my 500, but you won't be a friend anymore. Sure. But I prefer you go on vacation, so at least I can see that you have money. I'm gonna eventually get it. Hopefully. Yeah. So I'm big,
I don't know. That's a bit because it's just, my mother always said, never allow anyone to borrow any more than you can afford to lose. So it's just like, all right, but you just lost one. Listen,
that's right.
And $500 is cheap compared to like having someone in your life that's not for you or whatever. Mm-hmm. So to pay $500 to get rid of someone, I think you're coming off cheap. Maybe you could claim it on your taxes. If I could claim that charitable. Okay. Potato salad made with raisins or made by someone who just learned to season food last week?
The latter.
Neither. She said neither.
Yeah, I guess the latter, because why? Why are you putting raisins?
I'm really curious with what like raisins taste like in that.
They like that sweet.
I would never try it, but I'm like, like some stuff that like
that sweetness. Why does it have to be the raisins? Like, why are you putting grapes in my potatoes? Why are you doing that?
Why do you eat raisins?
Why are you doing this? Yes.
You know what? I mean, some people be putting raisins in tuna salad.
See,
some people be putting.
No, they don't.
No, they do.
Who did that? Who did that? Call them out right now. Mm-mm. Call them to the floor. I don't believe it then. I need the name. It's conspiracy.
Next time you come over, we'll have a conversation.
Okay.
And they can tell you personally.
The way I'm about to hit the freeway and beat you home. The way I'm gonna hit the freeway and beat you home. Get this tea.
She said they're gonna tell you personally.
It's not me. It's not me.
Not my girl. Not my girl.
No, we not.
Not my girl. I know you lying.
And I ain't.
Get her. Yes.
Lord.
Listen.
I know you lying.
Oh.
I'm not gonna diss you on the internet. Okay. Your mama and your partner get into it. Are you riding with your mama no matter what, or telling her she was out of pocket in front of Bay?
Yeah, that's not a no matter what situation. Whoever was wrong will be
addressed.
Yeah.
Dealt with.
Yeah. Whoever's wrong will be
addressed. And I also, if you're not, I also don't believe in like embarrassing people in front of people. So if the situation, if it can be, if I could call you in, not call in real time, so it doesn't have to become a thing. But like, I do believe in, having conversations with people like, hey, but I do believe public disrespect does require public apologies. Yes. Don't give public disrespect and private apologies. I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't do that at all. Okay, this is for the lesbians. Moving after 3 weeks or still vibing after 6 months? I'm saying 6 months.
Yeah, the 6 months.
6 months.
Girl, bye.
Not
Because I have to remember what I did. I did to you all.
You did?
Oh.
We've all done that. Yeah.
That's a mess.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's Lord. Okay. Run into your ex while looking a mess, or run into them with their glow up and your current boo still wearing socks with sandals. Lord. Oh. Even a mess, I'm still the best. And I know that's right.
Amen. I mean, I'm happy. Show up in a burlap sack.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yes. Yes. I'm not trying to press it. Okay. All right. Last but not least. Ooh. Okay. A stud who still wears socks during sex, or a femme who takes every fight to the group chat.
Oh. Give me still wearing socks. Still wearing socks. I can't stand that though.
You can't
stand that.
Listen. It depends on what.
If it's quick. If you're trying to get to something quick, then okay. But if it's a day plan, if it's a night plan, then you come with the socks. Do you? But sometimes it's good with the.
Okay. If it's like the fuzzy, but if they mismatch, they got holes in them.
What is it? That's you don't. If you getting in that thing, you don't want to slip.
Not in that.
So I get it, but
Lord have mercy. Well, thank y'all for playing this and that. Especially special shout out to Tiffany.
Yeah.
Listen, may not have no sound, but still always has a voice. Okay. Always. Okay. So as we end our show, y'all know I always like to end with a fact. So Dr. Flemmy Pansy Cottrell was the first Black woman in the U.S. to earn a PhD in nutrition from Cornell University in 1936 and was a global force in the fight against hunger and malnutrition. She was instrumental in shaping Head Start, the early childhood program, by pushing for nutritional balanced meals for low-income children. She also traveled the world from Liberia to India, helping improve diets in marginalized communities. Her work made it clear nutrition isn't about food. It's about equity, education, and dignity. And I think dignity is like the most important part of that, because just because someone is poor, just because they don't have means, doesn't mean that you should strip them away from their dignity, like take what you could get, or how some people, especially with like kids or whatnot, like you gonna eat what's on this table, or you not gonna eat or whatever. And it's just like people have feelings, they have preferences, and as long as they're not being disrespectful, like we should be able to honor them. Just because someone is poor and doesn't have, does that mean I treat you less because I have the advantage? Like, no.
Exactly.
No. So to end our segment, and I'm gonna miss y'all.
I'm gonna miss y'all so much.
But it's over now. It's over now. Baby, get again.
Okay, I don't like it. I can't even think no more. I don't like it.
You know what you don't like? Lord have mercy. Well, it's been an amazing ride with y'all.
Amazing.
Thank y'all. I'm gonna miss the commentary, the love, the sisterhood. It's been amazing.
I love y'all. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So until next time, we have a quote. For Black folks, food isn't just nourishment. It's memory, it's resistance, and love served on a plate. So until next time, y'all be good to yourselves and each other.
It's not looking good.